Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, and Google, the infamous FANG. We're going to follow the daily, weekly, monthly time frames. We're going to use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. So Facebook got a lot of emails on this recently about shorting this thing, and I believe it's right to short. Why not? You got a great run from the 115 area. You're getting a little bit stretched. You have a little bit of a tail. Basically, short it here. If it gets above 141 or so, you stop out. Very, very tight stop out. I think the risk reward is very good here. Again, we're just floating up, no volume. Markets start to sell. This one's coming in. I don't care what stock it is. Look at the weekly. Weekly, same thing, nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks up into this area where you connect the highs over there. So you have some resistance up in here. And again, going on light volume. But you know what? For the most part, guys, if you are bullish, it needs to get through the 140, 141, then possibly to 145. If this area doesn't break out, we're definitely going right back to 125 and then possibly these lows around 115. And it's all said and done. If the markets do start to pull back, I can see the stock being an $85 stock again. Down in this area, I will be a buyer of Facebook. Let's put it that. That's a weekly, so that could take a little bit of time. But honestly, it's never touched this thing. It's been chopping around for a year and now 3 months without touching it. Eventually, stocks will have to come in, then kiss the MAs. Right now, nothing wrong with this stock, but just be careful. These markets start to pull back. It could be lights out here, so just be careful. Amazon, same thing, daily chart, up and away, but chopping around. This came back, nice retrace, filled the gap, right back down, staying above the MAs, trying to get through this trend line. If it does go up, we'll be looking at this 180 or 154. Let's get up in a little bit bigger. Right in there around 154.68 to 70, area. If this thing could pop up, if it does not, and it just keeps consolidating sideways, still bullish but slightly bearish with this pattern here, then you're looking at getting below the 20 MA, then possibly filling some of these gaps down here, but ultimately giving down to this pivot down here around the $800 level. Again, if you're bullish, you want to get it back above this trend line here. You want to get it back above that 855.08 area, whatever. Where was it? Yeah, like 855 area. Once you get through that, then you're going for double top here. Then you'll see how this thing reacts as it moves up higher. If it does move up higher, it could, 875, could possibly go to 900. But at this point, a little bit stretched. If you go to the monthly chart, nothing crazy, but still getting a little bit up there. And it's still kind of just rounding out here. So it's, still waiting for patterns, still waiting to see what this thing does. But let's see if we could push higher into the $900 area. If the markets do sell, like I said before, then everything's going to be heading downwards. So just be careful with that. Netflix. Let's go into the daily chart on Netflix. Netflix, same thing, gap up. Now it's just sitting around for 3 months, killing everybody who bought puts up here. If you didn't sell the puts, if you were lucky enough to get it up here and bought puts, and for 3 days it went down, you should have been selling right here because you're getting destroyed on these patterns. I've been telling everybody who comes to my live sessions and are doing my swing trades, do not buy puts right now. We're getting close. You could probably start to nibble on some of them a couple months out, but still a tough trade here. I mean, these markets have been just demolishing puts, like this. It'll start moving down. Everyone gets excited, and then boom, straight up into earnings and then up a little higher. Share size, though, you can do shares of this short. That I would be okay with that. If it does pop back up into the 145 to 148 area, I would add more. But right now, this chart is setting up, in my opinion, to possibly be heading down. We did crack through this trend line here. There's a lot to see by the Friday's close on the weekly and the daily chart. So the next couple of days is going to be very important for these markets. So, in my opinion, again. And let's look at Googl. Great retrace again, right back up to these highs. Yeah, so we added up shorts again into Googl. Our average price short is 856.24. So we'll see if this thing moves up. If it does, we can add a little bit more, but I don't want to go overboard, just like we did here. Even if you went with 100 shares, guys, you get a $10 pullback on this or $5 pullback. It's $500 and you get out. That's it. If you could do a couple hundred shares, even better. Then you make, $900, $1,000 in a couple days and then out. So far, so good on this trade. We're up a, $1.50 or whatever that is. And we'll see if this thing can pull back one more time, just like it did. When it came up in this area, we shorted it. Our stuff's on stock twits. Boom, short. Was it? Yeah, it was there. So we shorted here, right back in, pop back up. We shorted again. Hopefully we get another pullback. And like I said, if it goes up a little bit more, I can add a little bit more all the way to double top. I'll probably wait for the double top. So if I'm, if I'm 10, 15 bucks out of the money, it's not terrible. But, if it gets up here, I'll add more, get the cost average down a little bit. If it goes higher, I'll stop out. And if it just goes down from here, I'll be okay with what I have. Again, this will be the second time, so I have a little more risk tolerance if this thing goes higher. So, and that's pretty much it for today. You know what? One more though, IBB. I'm going to show this one too. We were doing live sessions, trading sessions, and this is one of the trades we took. We shorted here, right here at 299.73. We took half off at 298.10. So when it was coming down in this area right here, this is where we took it, and then it bounced right here. 298.10 was right here. So we're picking it off because of this low here that we know there could possibly be some support down in here. So it's like, you know what? As it got a little bit lower, we're like, you know what? Get me out of this thing. Pushes back up, comes back in, one more flush down, 296.76. We take the rest off, and the low right here was actually around 296.59. So we almost picked it off at the low. We almost shorted at the top. And this one here, when we picked it off, that was pretty good too. It was either here or here, one or the other. But I was like, oh my gosh, it's coming back in. Just get me out of it. But I think it was right here. When I'm in these trades, I'm doing so much. It was in one of these, wherever it was, because this came in a price right here, just made it in the price by about 9 cents, and then when it came in here, but then I think this flushed out. So it might have been on the 50 MA hit first, but you had this pivot, so regardless, you'd be taking something off here. So, all right, guys, that's the IBB trade. We did that live on our intraday action stuff. Again, sign up for my StockBookie.com site. And for the membership, it's free, and you'll get emails before we go live during the day, and then we try to find stocks to trade and make money. So, all right, guys, thanks a lot for following me. Thanks a lot for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it, and God bless, and see you on the charts.